What's going on, guys? Coming at you guys with another trade recap today. 2 days ago, I recapped a 300.25 RR Boehner, and I'm coming at you guys 2 days later, the very next trading day for me, because I did not take any trades yesterday, with yet another Boehner trade. Today, I caught 290 points for 23.3 R. Let's break it down. So this trade was once again based on my levels. That's a common theme. If you don't already have it, get my indicator. I promise you it's worth it. Check out the link in the description to get it. You'll have the levels that I use for entries. You can just look at my charts or go look at my other videos. You will see the precision of these levels is uncanny. So yeah, go ahead and check out the indicator if you haven't already. And in the top right, I'll leave a link to a video that breaks down my strategy / model that is built around this indicator, or rather that this indicator is built around. And yeah, check it out if you haven't already, but that was what this trade was based on, and let's get into the details. So coming into market open today, I was bearish and I wanted to see this low get taken. We did not take this low, which was Wednesday's low, as you can see right here, and we edged it, made a higher low, and then came up. I wanted this long a little bit early, and I tried to fill it here, and I got stopped out almost perfectly. About perfectly to the tick. Before price started running, this is where I end my Discord live stream, and I'm like, okay, I'm done for the day. I was already down a little bit from Asia / pre-market, and this stop loss was not a big deal. I could trade more, but I just didn't like the feeling of the day. It was very volatile. We were in a massive range today from Asia. As you can see, we dumped 600 points. This is our daily candle right here. So overnight was an absolute dumpster fire, and when you have these really volatile ranges, even a 50 tick stop like this just feels like a 5-point stop. It feels pathetically small, and it's very easy to get ran through. It looked like almost most candles were wicking 12.5 points or more. But let's get into the context once again. So we make this higher low and then this lower high, and we edged this high, and that actually is when I was given a little bit of hope, because we came down and rebalanced this range, made a higher low, and that's how I know that we're still trending into that bullish trend where we're making higher highs and higher lows. But since we failed to take the higher high here and then made a higher low, I still had another chance to get in before it makes no sense. So when we rebalance this range pretty much perfectly OTE, which I kind of regret not taking the OTE of it, but doesn't matter. We rebalanced this pretty much perfectly, come back up above the level. I took the trade once again on this, took another loss, realized I had just gotten shaken out again. I see this consolidation range that we're in, and I see that we have a 1-minute CISD out of it. So if you're not familiar with the CISD, that's a change in state of delivery. This was not a huge factor in this trade. It was really more about us closing above the level and me discretionally reading the displacement of the candle, because we were extremely volatile and I could just tell that we were about to fly. And I've traded this model a lot, so I know exactly what type of candle this is, and we like tap up at the end really fast, barely close above the level, and then just launch. And that's exactly what happened. And I know that that's not the most helpful, but that's just me being honest, because I know that discretion can't be really taught. It is something you learn through experience, but I did just feel like we were about to launch off the level. So between having my level as kind of a guideline and additional confluence, having the surrounding context of the market structure, making that higher low, edging, and then obviously after an inversion, we're due for a higher high. So I'm seeking that out. So between having bias, DOL, and then the level, there was just this other detail of the CISD, which was pretty minor in my opinion, but when we close above the candle bodies but below the wicks, that's your change in state of delivery. So we had a 1-minute CISD, and then obviously we broke out of that consolidation range and absolutely flew. This trade ended up taking 3 hours to play out. I really regret not taking it right here at this TP, which I did mark out as a very prominent high and a solid target. It was based on this 1 hour fair value gap right here. So just to make it clear for you guys, that's our 1 hour gap. Let's drop it back down to the 1 minute. As you can see, it would have been like a perfect TP, that 1 hour gap, even though it was really tiny. Huge resistance. We ended up tapping off of it twice, and obviously prolonging this trade a lot. Anyways, go back to, there's our final product. 23 RR, 291 points. Was a very great day. Once again, ending a actual fantastic week. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Wasn't the best trade recap, because I feel like the reason I took this was like so discretional, but I did have the level right there as context. And once again, level is going to give you these perfect entries that you have low drawdown situations, and you're able to catch very high moves displacing off of them. It just can be difficult to time, and I was early to set up, in these 2 attempts, but that's just kind of the nature of the model, and that's why it's so high RR, because you could lose 5 trades in a row technically, and as long as you hit something like this, you'll be perfectly fine. But in my opinion, as long as you can improve discretion to have a 30% or greater win rate, which I typically do, that's kind of Perfect. But yeah, hopefully this was helpful. Description will have a link to the indicator as well as my Discord where I live trade Monday through Friday. Wednesdays are free. This trade was executed live on TikTok, but not inside of my Discord. But typically I live trade most of my trades Monday through Friday. I just hopped off the live stream. I wasn't feeling the AM range today. Unfortunately, it did decide to break out after I closed the stream. So members didn't catch this with me, but I did call out a slightly bigger trade 2 days ago during my last live trading stream. Follow for more. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.